This is a special presentation of News 3.
You're looking at a live picture of the Landmark Hotel.
Just minutes from now, you'll hear the roar of dynamite, and this Las Vegas landmark will come crashing to the desert floor in a cloud of dust. It'll happen quickly, so pour yourself another cup of coffee and settle into your favorite chair for a show that you're likely to remember for a long time.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Overall.
And I'm Sue Manteris. Welcome to this special edition of News 3.
Another piece of Las Vegas history enters the history books. The Landmark Hotel will be imploded in just a few moments.
Denise Rosh is there now. Denise, what's going on?
Well, Sue, John, we just got about a 30-second mark or so. 30 seconds away? Not quite?
We're
still 5.
Albatory.
Okay.
Given the signal, we're out.
We're out of the way?
Now at any moment we can go.
Any moment we can go. I think we're perhaps going to be best to step out of the picture here. Quite a lot of anticipation out here on the Landmark site right now, Sue and John, as you might anticipate. I was just talking to one of the gentlemen involved in this whole implosion, and basically this whole thing will also be filmed by Warner Brothers, a movie produced by Tim Burton, who also did Nightmare Before Christmas. Movie called Mars Attacks. The implosion will be used in that movie. We're now getting a standby. See what happens here. The premise of the movie, Sue, is that this Landmark Hotel, called the Galaxy Hotel in the movie, is under construction and that it is attacked by, as you might expect, spaceships from Mars. Still looking at a live picture here. We hear all kinds of standbys on a situation like this, of course. They definitely want to make sure everyone is well out of the way. No real release date on when we will see this on the big screen in the movies for Warner Brothers, but of course you'll see it right here live on News 3. So let's face it, that's better, right?
Hey, Denise, earlier we heard a lot of sirens and we heard you talking through your microphone. There was some sort of a warning for the city. Is that what happened?
Well, they've given us a 10-minute warning on this and so forth, and there's a lot of rehearsals for the movie going on up and down Convention Center Drive. We're right next to Convention Center, across the street from the Debbie Reynolds Hotel and Casino. And the movie folks have been doing quite a few run-throughs on what they will be doing for the movie, basically.
Denise, Denise, I know a lot of people were asked to stay away. Is there a crowd there at all?
There is, but they are quite a ways back. We've gotten estimates from Metro, about 7,000 people on the perimeter around the Landmark. I'm not really sure what kind of view they're going to be able to get because they are being asked to stay quite far back at this point.
Okay. Now, were a lot of the guests around the Landmark and other hotels and in the area warned of this coming up? Because I'm sure if they heard a loud explosion, they would be very shocked. How was everybody warned?
Most definitely, Sue. They were definitely warned. We were talking to some folks from the Hilton yesterday, as a matter of fact. They'd all been warned. They're, of course, right across the street. All the people were kind of anticipating this as well. They want to watch out their windows, and they were asking us what time to get up and watch. Definitely, all the hotels within this vicinity did warn their people. I guess it could be a little disconcerting to wake up, look out the window, and see a hotel come crashing down. But again, any moment here, we're just trying to stay out of the picture so that you get the absolute best shot of what happens here.
Well, we should give our viewers a little bit of history about the Landmark Hotel. It's 31 stories tall. It's 365 feet. Built back in, well, its construction began a number of years ago, back in 1961, but it wasn't really completed until 1968 by billionaire Howard Hughes.
And of course, it's had a lot of ups and downs through the years, and it finally shut its doors in 1990. John, I came in town in 1989, and I went inside just once right before it closed, and to me it was such a spectacular place. It's so hard to believe that Las Vegas could not sustain this property and keep it open. It's really hard to understand that. Hey, Denise, are you still out there? Can you hear us?
You bet, Sue.
Okay, I remember when the dunes came down, there were a lot of special glasses for people who were going to be there, a lot of ash that was going to be spread around. What kind of preparations are being made for that, for the people who are out there, if anything?
Well, really, this is not the big publicity event that the Dunes was. Of course, Steve Wynn wanted folks to come out there and see the Dunes come down. This, much more quiet event, as of course the demolition experts had asked everyone to stay away, matter of safety and also matter of crowd control. Nothing really in the way of souvenirs, if that's what you're referring to. No one can really get that close at this point. Of course, once the hotel comes down later on this afternoon, I'm sure we'll see quite a few people out here on the site trying to get a good look. But it is a demolition site, and it is dangerous. So, of course, you are asked to at least stay behind the fences, if nothing else. I know a lot of people do want a piece of history, but at this point, there's nothing in the way of souvenirs that you can really even get your hands on.
Okay, right now we are looking at live pictures from Chopper 3. And Denise, give us a little perspective. How far away from the landmark are you?
Well, I guess I would say about quarter mile. We have a really good view, but if the tower did topple, you know, as it's not supposed to in our direction, then we would, of course, be well out of the way. It's supposed to topple from our perspective right across the screen, I should say, so it would really be an excellent, excellent shot for the folks there at home. And again, I'm sorry, Sue.
How many seconds is it supposed to take, Denise?
Just a matter of seconds, really. They always say to anticipate, you know, less than 10. It's a little bit smaller, I would guess, than the Dunes. It's smaller in size. The dynamite here is a fraction of what they used on the Dunes. You might be interested in that. About 100 pounds of dynamite used here at the landmark. I understand that there's some mortars placed at the base as well. I believe that's more of the special effects for the movie, however.
Right.
For our viewers just tuning in, we are waiting for the Dunes Hotel to be imploded. I'm sorry, I call it the Dunes. It's actually the landmark.
Okay. Yeah, we want to also tell you that we have many perspectives at the landmark today. We've been talking to Denise Roche, who is on the ground just sort of across the street from the landmark, but we also have reporter Jack Finn. And Jack, are you out there, and what vantage point are you at?
Sue, I'm across the street at the Riviera Hotel on top of the parking garage, and as Denise mentioned, we are just seconds away. We're waiting for the thing to come down right now, and from the vantage point we have here, the hotel is going to be falling almost directly toward us. I don't know exactly what to expect, but we know when the Dunes imploded, both towers, there was that huge cloud of dust that covered a good part of the city, and we're right in its path right now. And from where I am in front of the Las Vegas Hilton, I can see the crowd starting to gather. We're going to leave this shot up for you just in case the thing goes any second. Several hundred people have now gathered. When we first came out here about 4:30, there weren't that many, and as Denise mentioned, that's what people wanted. They don't want a whole lot of people out here. In fact, Metro has been put on alert to watch for people rushing the site after the implosion to try to grab a souvenir. So Metro is out here keeping a close eye on the crowd, which has grown considerably in the last few minutes. Several hundred people out here milling around. They heard the sirens and all kind of pushed forward to the front of the police line and are waiting to see what happens, as we are right now. So we are just seconds away, and this is our vantage point here from the top of the parking garage at the Riviera Hotel. We're, I would say, less than a quarter mile away. It should be quite a spectacular view from here.
Jack, now yesterday you had a chance to talk with the demolition crew. What are some of the problems that they have to deal with this hotel?
This hotel has been a mystery to them. They have come across things that they didn't expect. There's a lack of plans. Blueprints and so forth are missing, and they've noticed structures and things inside the hotel that they didn't expect, including a secret staircase. It's only accessible through one doorway, goes clean to the top of the hotel with no access in or out in between. As we know, the one-time owner of this hotel, Howard Hughes, tended to be a bit eccentric, and the demolition experts are saying that this building has really lived up to that. They're finding all sorts of structural inequities that they really didn't expect. It's provided quite a challenge for them, but talking to Mark Liazzo of Controlled Demolition Incorporated, this is the kind of thing he likes. He likes coming out here and discovering a new building, and it's really, you would think that there wasn't so much science to it, but it really is a precise science destroying a building, and this one has been a very unique challenge for them.
We were just talking about the movie, either Denise or Jack, whoever wants to answer this. Maybe Denise has been talking more to the movie crew who's out there. Earlier, John and I were noticing, of course, this beautiful full moon. This probably makes it much better for them and the movie, huh, Denise?
It is absolutely perfect out here. Actually, the moon is now going behind the stardust, so we don't have a very good vantage of it right now. But the movie folks have it lit up brilliantly out here. It looks magnificent. They should have an excellent shot. And right now you can see some light coming over the Las Vegas Convention Center, so there's just a hint of pink in the air, so that their shot should actually be magnificent when it does happen.
Boy, I wish we